hard to mask his panic. "She's all I got in the world, ma'am." "My name's Laura," I said. "And if it turns out that what she has is, serious, and doctors don't send young girls in for one of these scans if they think it's nothing." "I'm sure your physician is just trying to rule things out," I said, hearing my practiced neutral tone. "You're taught to say stuff like that, aren't you?" he said, his tone displaying the sort of anger that I've so often seen arising to displace a great fear. "Actually, you're right. We are trained to try to reassure and not say much. Because I'm a technologist, not a diagnostic radiologist." "Now you're using big words." "I'm the person who operates the machinery, takes the pictures. The diagnostic radiologist is the doctor who will then look at the scan and see if there is anything there." "So when can I talk to him?" "You can't," was the actual answer, because the diagnostic radiologist is always the behind-the-scenes man, analyzing the scans, the x-rays, the MRIs, the ultrasounds. He rarely ever meets the patient. Dr. Harold will be talking directly to Jessica's primary care physician. I'm sure you'll be informed very quickly if there is—" "Do they also teach you to talk like a robot?" As soon as this comment was out of his mouth, the man was all contrite. "Hey, that was kind of wrong of me, wasn't it?" "Don't worry about it," I said, maintaining a neutral tone. "Now you're all hurt." "Not at all, because I know how stressful and worrying this must be for you." "And now you're reading the script again that they taught you to read." At that moment, Jessica appeared out of the changing room, looking shy, tense, bewildered. "This gonna hurt?" she asked me. "You have to get an injection. It sends an ink into your veins, so we'll be able to see what's going on inside of you. But the ink is harmless." "And the injection?" she asked, looking alarmed. "Just a little prick in your arm, and then it's behind you." "You promise?" she asked, trying too hard to be brave, yet still so much the child who didn't fully understand why she was here and what these medical procedures were all about. "You be a real soldier now, Jess," her father said, "and we'll get you that Barbie you want on the way home." "Now that sounds like a good deal to me," I said, wondering if I was coming across as too cheerful, and also knowing that, even after 16 years as an RT, I still dreaded all procedures involving children, because I always feared what I might see before anyone else, and because I so often saw terrible news. "This is just going to take 10, 15 minutes, no more," I told Jessica's father. "There's a waiting area just down the walkway with coffee, magazines." "I'm going outside for a bit," he said. "That's 'cause you want a cigarette," Jessica said. Her father suppressed a sheepish smile. "My daughter knows me too well." "I don't want my daddy dead of cancer." At that moment, her father's face fell, and I could see him desperately trying to control his emotions. "Let's let your dad get a little air," I said, steering Jessica into the scan room, then turning back to her father, who had started to cry. "I know how hard this is," I said, "but until there is something to be generally concerned about—" He just shook his head and headed for the door, fumbling in his shirt pocket for his cigarettes. As I turned back inside, I saw Jessica looking wide-eyed and afraid in the face of the CT scanner. I could understand her concern. It was a formidable piece of medical machinery, stark, ominous. There was a large hoop, attached to 2 science fiction-style containers of inky fluid. In front of the hoop was a narrow bed that was a bit like a bier, albeit with a pillow. I'd seen adults panic at the sight of the thing, so I wasn't surprised that Jessica was daunted by it all. "I have to go into that?" Jessica said, eyeing the door as if she wanted to make a run for it. "It's nothing, really. You lie on the bed there. The machine lifts you up into the hoop. The hoop takes pictures of the things the doctor needs pictures of. And that's it. We'll be done in a jiffy." "And it won't hurt?" "Let's get you lying down first," I said, leading her to the bed. "I really want my daddy," she said. "You'll be with your daddy in just a few minutes." "You promise?" "I promise." She got herself onto the bed. I came over holding a tube attached to the capsule containing all that inky liquid, covering with my hand the intravenous